And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy, Cheap Ludes. Let's talk about the market in NBA 2K22, my team. So, look, if you guys haven't already, I did a pack opening earlier for these god awful signature series 3 packs. This is literally what I looked like opening these packs. I thought I was going to have an aneurysm. The odds were so bad. This is me now. I'm just chilling. Anyways, the odds were horrendous. I don't care what your favorite creator says, they suck. Look at the grizzled veteran and the young rook. Crazy. Anyways, there was a lot of cards that dropped, so I did want to go through some of them. So let's go talk about the new cards that actually came out. So the signature series cards, let's go bottom to top. All right. So let me go to the actual signed ones and I'll go from there. Jarvis Hayes is essentially just slightly better or the same, depending on how you look at it. Matisse Thybulle, they have about the same jump shot. Like Jarvis Hayes is a little bit bigger. I think his upper is a little bit better than Matisse's, or is it the exact same? Let me double check that real quick. I just want to see what's up with my man Jarvis real quick. His jumper just feels unusually smooth to me. I don't know what it is. Release 139 upper. Yeah, he has the Tyrese Maxey's upper, which I think is a little bit better personally. He's fire. I mean, I would go and grab the one that is signed because it does have the Hoff catch and shoot, which I think does make kind of a difference. So, but that being said, you can get him for basically discard value. Then we got Gerald Green. Honestly, either of these you can pick up for basically the same price. For that reason, I would grab at least the signed one. He does have Hoff limitless takeoff, which I don't think makes a difference at all, really. I mean, it makes a tiny difference, but it can actually be detrimental. You know, if you guys have ever tried to shoot like a fadeaway and then your dude just takes off rocketing to the rim for seemingly no reason, you know, you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. Gerald Green's good though. I mean, 6'7", 205, smooth jump shot. It's a little bit awkward at first just because of the way he releases it. It's kind of like Sean Marion's a little bit, but it's really easy to time. Good badge count. He's not really playing any defense, but you're not really picking up Gerald Green for defense though at the same time. Solid crew of badges that you can add to him. He's just altogether really solid. He's like 2,000 MT. If you want him, go get him. But I don't know. Next, we got Brandon Jennings. And I'll be honest, Brandon Jennings really isn't that good. And it kind of breaks my heart. That being said, he's my boy. So obviously I picked him up. I would just grab the non-guaranteed one. Mismatch Expert kind of got nerfed like a long time ago. So I don't think it's really worth it to grab the one with Hoff Mismatch. I don't think it really does that much more than Gold Mismatch. And the non-signed Brandon Jennings is cheaper. There's really no difference between the two. I would just grab the non-signed version. He's a fun card to have. Like if you want to play against the CPU and want a fun like score first point guard, like he's relatively fun to use. That's about all I can really say about him. I have none of these cards. Anyways, Paul Pierce. I mean, he's fine. If you're on next gen, he's actually one of the better budget wings that you could pick up. For that, I mean, for next gen exclusively, if you can get him for like 3-4K, even the signed version, yeah, 6'7", Paul Pierce space, which is fine. Like on current gen, you're not gonna be able to shoot from the corners. On next gen, it's fine, and you can shoot from the corners, obviously. Hoff catch and shoot, Hoff set shooter. He's got corner specialist, difficult shots like gold clamps, blinders, circus threes, like clutch shooter, deadeye sniper, hot zone hunter with decent hot zones, decent stable of silver badges. He's essentially the same as his pink diamond. He's very, very good, especially if you missed out on Melo. Like if you're on next gen, you need a budget wing. You could do a lot worse than Paul Pierce. He did doo-doo in his pants in the finals, and I do want to bring that up as we talked about on screen. But he's still fun. Like, he's a very fun card to use on next gen. Next up, we got Draymond Green. Personally, I would say there's absolutely no reason to go get the signed version. He's like 20K more, and it's the difference between Hoff Dimer and Gold Dimer is very inconsequential, in my opinion anyway. Draymond's very good. He's a very well-rounded power forward. Obviously, I would never play him at the center position. Power forward is appropriate for him. He's even a little too small to play that for the most part, but 6'7", decent release. I mean, good stable of badges like defensive leader, intimidator, post move, lockdown, menace, and hustler. He can guard all 5 positions. He might get bodied by a center, but he can at least try. Catch and shoot, corner specialist, rim protector, clamps, interceptor, like just a really good crew of badges. There are some badges he needs though, for sure. Those being like sniper, deadeye. I don't think unpluckable is too big of a deal, but you know, if you want to give it to him, sure. Limitless spot up, blinders. His release is a little bit on the slow side, so I think blinders would be very beneficial for him. But if you don't want to give it to him, it is what it is. Not the biggest deal. Fast twitch would be very helpful. Volume shooter. Unstrippable probably helps a little bit too. He's probably the most well-rounded and best out of all the cards in the set for his price, for sure. Like, we're talking about cost benefit analysis, he's up there. Next up, we got Jamal Crawford. He's so expensive, but if you're a dribble god, you're gonna love Jamal Crawford. That's just a simple fact. 6'5", Trey Burke based. You can add clamps to him and some other defensive badges. He does not come standard. The difference between the signed and non-signed version is quick first step. So the non-signed version has gold. The signed version has Hoff. I personally, once again, don't think it's a huge difference, but it is a difference for sure. He's really good. I mean, he can shoot. He can defend a little bit. He's not really terrible at it. 97 ball handle. Like, he's about to hold it down. 85 perimeter defense isn't bad at all. 91 speed. Like, altogether, very good. I don't necessarily think he's a top 5 point guard. Some people do. I mean, if your play style dictates like a ball dominant point guard, then yeah, for sure. I would say he's not crazy different than John Moran. He's just bigger and slightly better, but like, one's 100K and one's free. So then we got Magic. I don't know, man. I mean, it is what it is. I do like how he has a Hoff rebound chaser. I think that's cool. I just think that there are weaknesses to this card, and if that's something you're okay with, then you're going to like Magic. I don't even know for sure if he's realistically better than Penny, though. Like, I'll say that with the utmost certainty. I'm trying to find what's the difference in badges. Like, I'm trying to see what the difference is. So let me look that up real quick. Let me compare Magic v Magic. There we go. What is the badge difference? Oh, it's unstrippable. Yeah, I don't really think the unstrippable thing is really worth it, honestly. I mean, Hoff is decent, but I don't think it's worth paying 100K more. You know what I mean? I forgot Steve Nash existed. I just think there's so many better point guards, which is why he's the troll pink diamond and is like under 100K. But if you want Steve Nash, I mean, he's good. Catch and shoot, dimer, mismatch, Hoff limitless, like unpluckable, needle, sniper, floor general. Like, he's great for clutch time. Oh, yeah, D-Cuz. He was searchable on auctions earlier, which is hilarious, but looks like they fixed that. Then we got Kobe Bean Bryant. Everyone gets mad at me when I say Kobe cards aren't worth it, but like, I stand firm on the Kobe cards aren't worth it thing. Like, they're not. And the reason I say that is just because they're so expensive, dude, like all the time for like no reason. I mean, I get it. It's Kobe. Everyone wants to hoop with the GOAT, but like, I mean, MJ is still the GOAT. I'm not going to change my stance on that, but the one thing I will say is I do not think Hall of Fame blinders is worth spending over 100K more. I truly don't. Like, this Kobe's going for about 500K. The other one's going for about 400K, right? I don't think that one little bump in blinders is necessarily worth it. I will stand firm on that. Now, the NBA 75 versions, I mean, you can add whatever badge you want to them. So Magic is obviously going to be fire. Guy in my Twitch chat added like 8 Hoffs to his and got like 1.2 million MT, which is astounding. Quite a bit of MT. Yeah, this one right here is going for like 800K with a few Hoffs added. Just literally 3 Hoffs, and they're probably not even that expensive. Yeah, it's just Chef, Rim Protector, which honestly, Rim Protector is kind of clutch. I'll be honest. And I do not know what the other one is. Break Starter or Tier? No, I think it's Break Starter. Either way, it's the Chef that you're after. I don't know. If you want Magic, cool. I think he's not going to hold up value-wise, just like his Pink Diamond last year. Like, I think he will hold up value-wise worse than Kobe. That's my opinion, anyway. Next up, we got the 2000s boys. There's Kobe. Here's one with 16 Hoff badges for 1.5 million. Do not pay this. Do not pay this. Just don't do it. Everyone's putting their Hoff Chef that we got from the Curry Challenge on Kobe's right now. 1.5 million, and it's only going up. 1.6. Don't do this. Now, if you have this Kobe, absolutely slap every single Hoff badge you have onto him, because you could be looking at a pretty intense payday. Look at how little Kobe's there are. This is astounding. Like, there's no Kobe's out here. That's how hard this card is to pull. Look at how many the packs have been out. Like just for today, look how many there are. There's like none. These two got put up about the same time, but that's about it. I don't think anyone's opening these packs anymore. Then we got Steve Nash. Like this one's also a buyout. He literally looks like the lead singer of Incubus. Like it's weird. Like the lead singer of Incubus looks like Steve Nash if he took that Jason Richardson situation really to heart and went on like a serious career-ending bender. Like that's what he looks like. Oh yeah, and then there's Paul Pierce. I mean, if you want this card, I guess like you can give him additional badges or whatever, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal, personally. Now, what cards could have been affected by this? Clay is down in price for sure because every sweat lord that used Klay Thompson is probably after Kobe right now. And to be completely honest, like, is Clay going to go back up in price? I think so. Should you invest in him? It's tough to tell, but I mean, if you can get one with like, say, 54 gold badges, I mean, I don't really think that's the worst investment in the world. You can probably get some sort of return for that. I just am always weary about investing in like diamond cards at this stage in the game, especially ones that came out a long time ago. Granted, they might be still usable and still effective. It just like sketches me out in regards to getting your MT back, especially when they're biddable. You know what I mean? John Wall's pretty low right now. I'm guessing his price is going to go back up too, but it remains to be seen what we see on Tuesday. That's really going to dictate if John Wall's price goes back up. So, I mean, we'll see. David Robinson, his price really isn't affected at all. We didn't get any big men. There's a lot of them up though, so I'm guessing people are understanding that new big men are coming, so they're kind of abandoning David Robinson, or they're trying to afford Kobe. I'm not entirely sure. I'm shocked AD is not a buyout. Okay, there he is. I was going to say, I'm shocked he's not, but he is. I don't think he's worth it. I don't think he goes back up in price. Clyde Drexler is unaffected price-wise, which is kind of wild, personally. Penny's recovered. People kind of abandoned Penny for a little bit. I still think, like, in certain cases, for certain playstyles, he might be better than Magic, but I don't know. I think what's really affecting his price is that Magic and Jamal Crawford came out. Like, those are two sweat lord point guards that came out today, and that really affects his value. Dolph Schayes is a buyout. I don't know if he's necessarily worth it, but he's a buyout. That's pretty cool. If you've been wanting Dolph Schayes for a while, you can get him for relatively cheap. Now's your time to shine. Karolinko is super cheap. He's actually more than he was the other day, though. That's kind of crazy. I don't think he's worth picking up. I think we get somebody that kind of does what he does for less or the same MT in the next couple of weeks. That's my opinion on it. What's my man Jason Terry going for? There's like no Jason Terrys. That's crazy. Kevin Durant still expensive. Not really too shocked about that. Embiid has gone way up in price. Like, that's crazy. I should have picked him up when he was like 40K. Like, I made a mistake. Jaren Jackson Jr. is actually up in price. He was like 15K a few days ago. Now he's back up. I didn't even think to look at my boy T-Mac, the God. I don't have enough to afford him anyway. He's still super expensive, but he's down a little bit. People are selling their T-Macs for Kobe, just not very many of them, which is a bummer. Harden, I forgot about Harden. People are abandoning Harden real quick. Like, that's crazy. Like, Harden is relatively cheap. I don't know if he goes back up very much, but that one remains to be seen for sure. When it comes to Steve Nash, by the way, like, John Stockton is not that much of a downgrade on Steve Nash. I'll be the first to say it. He's a little bit better defensively, a little worse offensively, but if you're looking for that kind of point guard, you can get Stockton for so much cheaper than you can get, Ray Allen, are you a buyout yet? I am shocked you're not. That's crazy. What about, I forgot about the iced out guys. Yeah, like Julius Erving is a buyout. I don't know. People don't like this card, and I really love this card. I'm just not going to spend this MT on a card at this stage. It's not worth my time. Jimmy Butler is really cheap. He's kind of petering out right now, but you might be able to get him for relatively cheap. Every sweat lord in the world picked up Jimmy Butler, and they're now abandoning him for Kobe, so you might be able to come up on Jimmy. I can't guarantee you're going to make a bunch of MT off of it, but it might happen. Then we got the event cards. Once again, I just like hate these because it's just not worth it. You know what I mean? Unless you pull one of the top four, they're never really worth anything. Like, even Jamal Crawford's like 2,000 MT. Like, these ones are all worth basically nothing. Like, they're all worth like nothing. And then you get Nash is probably not worth very much. God, never mind. Nash is worth like an absurd amount. It's the top 4 are always worth a bunch, and then the other ones are worth, like, literal dirt. Like, Magic Johnson is worth, like, 50K. Kobe's probably worth a lot too, 50K or so. I mean, if you wanna lock him in for decuz, I've heard really good things about him, but, that's just a personal preference. I don't have the MT to be doing stuff like that, so as always, it's been your boy Cheap Ludes. I hope this, helped you make some decisions on the future of your team. Look, if you're looking to make MT, I mean, Domination will provide you with like free packs and stuff, and will be able to make MT. Due to that, I don't think Boogie is really going to be a card that would warrant investing in the signatures, because I don't think he'll be like meta for very long if he is. And unfortunately, that's what people care about. One thing I will say is we do have a Kawhi coming soon. Not a terrible idea to look into investing in some New Balance shoes. I invested in a few. If you can get them for around under 7K, I would say. I think it's probably worthwhile. Also, don't sleep on selling gold and silver Converse. Like, people are buying them for like kind of high prices right now. So if you have any of these, I don't know. Even if you get 350 for them, it's probably worth it. Badges wise, I mean, clamps, limitless. I'm trying to think of what else is really going for a lot right now. Just anything that Magic doesn't have realistically is going up. I think Blinders is up a bit right now. Yeah, Blinders is up quite a bit. Anything people are putting on Magic is going to be up. Deadeye. All of these badges are up in price from what they were before, but nothing astronomical is really happening aside from, yeah, Limitless is way up there, dude. This was like 5K yesterday, so it's actually crazy. And it's teetering out at like 9 now. I'll probably end up selling mine at like 9K. But as always, it's been your boy Cheap Loots. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.